Welcome, people. Welcome, audience. Whoops. Sorry about that.
Lane City in Blacksburg, Virginia, here in the Blue Ridge Mountains, and they welcome the Saturday Night Football presented by Wells Fargo. An ACC collision between the defending national champs and second-ranked Crimson Tigers and the 4-0 Virginia Tech Hokies. This place about to come unhinged in 10 minutes' time. And welcome, Chris Fowler, Kirk Herbstreit, Maria Taylor, and Tom Rinaldi will join us. Enter Sam Mann in about 10 minutes. You might love the environment of this place. And this is a good matchup we got tonight. It's a rematch of the ACC
There we go.
championship game.
Much better. So we're live, folks. This is my hello, everyone.
On both sides. It gutted Justin Fuente to come out a loser in that game, he told us.
Yeah, Justin Fuente, you can read his quote here. I mean, he said, it just kills me because we had a chance. They were that close. And I think he gave them confidence that night when they left that field, even though they lost the game. He's still rebuilding this program. And an opportunity like this is huge, especially in a rematch playing here at Lane Stadium where we know the crowd's always a factor.
It's a rebuilt offense. They've been dominating easily, Kirk, but tonight, by far, the biggest test for the freshman quarterback, Josh Jackson.
Josh Jackson, he looks very impressive. Take care of the football. Only one turnover in these first 4 games. And to me, it's kind of a little bit of a mix what he has to do. He's got to be involved in the run game. It's a great lead late in the game against West Virginia. Felt the flow of the defense more on the outside and held on to it. He's got to be able to be creative with not only his ability to improvise, but the play calling. Getting safeties out of position, expecting run, and then they've got to hit a big play. Here's another kind of a deception play. Showing a flanker screen instead. Cam Phillips acts like he's going to block. Gets down the sideline for a big play. I keep saying big play, and there's a reason for that. I think it's going to be very hard for this Virginia Tech offense with the makeup that they have to sustain drives. They're not going to be able to go 12 plays, 8 yards. They need explosive plays, and that's why Jackson's going to have to capitalize when he gets them.
Yeah, the Tigers' defense has been nasty. The lunch pail defense for the Hokies sets the tone. So another test for Kelly Bryant, who's passed every test so far for the Tigers this year.
Well, 2 weeks ago, we had him at Louisville, and we thought, okay, now we're going to find out what Kelly Bryant has trying to replace the big shoes of Deshaun Watson. And what did he do? Business as usual. And we left there thinking, wow, this guy is impressive. He was running. He was throwing. He took the crowd out of the game. He, I think, really gained confidence in his ability to control this offense. And I think it was on that road and in that environment that now you come into this one and you think, can he do it again? This is a different atmosphere and a different challenge. He's got great playmakers around him. His wide receivers is going to have to get the football to. You see him right here. Deon Kane, more of a vertical threat. Hunter Renfro's been around these last couple of years. And Ray McLeod. That's who he's got to get the ball out to quickly. And also in the running game, kind of a new star in Clemson, Travis Etienne, who is explosive. And if he makes Virginia Tech miss as much as they attack, look out, because he can go 80 in a hurry.
Yeah, he's fun to watch. 13 yards to carry. So Clemson determined to have a fast start, take this big rowdy crowd out of it. A 27-point fourth quarter saved them against Boston College. So enter Sandman. The traditional Metallica-inspired run out will happen in Lane Stadium. Can't wait for this one. The Hokies and the Tigers on a beautiful evening in Blacksburg.
So welcome to my birthday live stream, everyone.
Those fans are going to be ready for us.
We're going into a hostile environment. We're playing a great football team. We're defending national champions. And all the team is amped up. It's a big time game. It's time to go to work.
It is time to go to work indeed.
The Nissan pregame rush. Kevin Nagandi, Matt Brown, and Bubba McFarland is next after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Hey man, let me get one for the fans.
How do I look?
Never looked better.
Welcome to the Nissan pregame rush. Nissan, premier partner of the Heisman Trophy.
Hey there, it's fitting we start with that Heisman Trophy talk. Kevin Nagani here, Matt Brown, Booker McFarland, Saquon Barkley. If everything goes to plan, he should be invited to New York City because We had one of those
Very-
Heisman type of games, right? Start the game
Right.
against Indiana, return the kick for 98 yards, and then he made a fantastic one-handed catch. How about throwing for a touchdown?
Well, we had Ricky Williams, who won the Heisman at Texas, and I used to say, keep him rested, keep him healthy, get him the ball, and say, good job, Ricky.
Penn State rolls, Georgia rolling in Tennessee, 41-0.
Jake from State Farm, off the chain.
All shut out for the first time since 1994. Meanwhile, on the Plains, this game on ESPN, number 13, Auburn. Hey, the trickeration against Mississippi State back.
Yeah, their defense has been great. Jarrett Stidham is growing up, coming into his own, so Auburn may be a factor here at the end.
What to make of Mississippi State right now? They're down 21-10 in the third quarter. Winless Florida State on the road against undefeated Wake Forest. Well, less than a minute to go, and this is the freshman quarterback, James Blackman. That's a beautiful pass.
Absolutely great throw. Tremendous when he had to be.
Yes, and then take the 40-yard touchdown first win for Florida State this season. As we get ready for tonight's game, what will happen? What are you predicting?
Well, I predict Clemson wins because they got better players, and especially lines of scrimmage. They're going to run the ball and take care of their young quarterback.
Clemson wins. Their offensive line better protect their young quarterback. Bud Foster will bring every blitz known to man tonight.
We'll see how Kelly Bryant handles that. Clemson hasn't lost a true road game. Think about this since November of 2014. We'll see at the half. Chris?
Kevin, thank you. This is Cleveland Farrell, part of the Tigers' ferocious front four. He's a Richmond native, extra inspired tonight to play in his home state. Matchup against the Hokies that he takes very personally. Feels they shunned him coming out of high school. Meanwhile, for the Hokies, the middle linebacker Andrew Motuakawaka grew up in New Zealand and wanted to play rugby for the All Blacks. Figures to be in the middle of the defensive scrum tonight as the Hokies try to slow down that high-powered Clemson offense. This has been the Nissan pregame
Caucus
rush.
next.
Kickoff from Blacksburg is coming up next.
After.
But first, a look inside Nissan's
Song's Heisman House.
Are you ready for it?
Oh yeah. Are you ready for my birthday live stream, folks?
Are you ready for it? How this is gonna go? Touch me and you'll never be alone. Island breeze and lights down low. No one has to know. In the middle of the night, in my dreams, you should see the things we do, baby. In the middle of the night, in my dreams. Ready for it?
And we know you are ready for this presentation of the ACC on ESPN. Words really can't describe the atmosphere inside Lane Stadium. It is lit. Paratroopers just dropping the flag in. LED lights all over them. And the Hokies and their faithful. That's to convene here in this cauldron of noise. Clemson has the grandest entrance in the sport. This is the rockinest entrance. Hokies dress in their facility across the practice field. They make the walk into this claustrophobic tunnel. They'll go down a slope. They'll make a left turn about 45 degrees. When they get in that tunnel, they'll see on their right the names of every Hokie senior, the last 27 teams. And eventually at the end, they will reach up and they will touch that hunk of limestone known as the Hokie Stone, with the words, for those who have passed and for those to come. They are urged to reach for excellence. Imagine the emotions of those 19, 20-year-olds.
This is a program that's been waiting for that big landmark win. And at home in front of this fan base, it's starting themselves. Big opportunity tonight against the defending champs.
Underdogs trying to protect home turf. And you're right, this would be a landmark victory for this program. Only one win over a top 5 ranked opponent. Justin Fuente got the 10-win division title in his opening season as they enter that dark, cramped tunnel.
is Enter Sandman.
Enter Sandman has been used to lead this team out every home game since 2000. There is nothing like it. They all know the lyrics, and they will sing along to Enter Sandman. That's the Hokie Stone right there. And there we go.
My favorite team. Enter Sandman.
Goosebumps. The jumping up and down registers on the seismic round. And the earth literally shakes here. Clemson putting their all-in chips as they get set to take the field. This is one of the best road teams in college football. They are not usually at all intimidated by environments like this. Respond very well. But the Hokie crowd will do their best, Kirk. Provides Tech with fuel. The battery is full. But if they don't play well, nothing else matters. I could go on with the Metallica stuff. I know how it is to be 55 and watch this. Imagine being a player. Justin Fuente is with Tom Rinaldi on the sidelines. Tom?
Chris, thank you very much. Coach, you said one of your goals is to make scenes like this normal again in Blacksburg. How do you make that happen starting with tonight?
This is beautiful. This is college football. And we got to take it one play at a time, not trying to do too much. We'll get after it very well.
Against the defensive front you described as the best you've seen. How have you coached your front and your quarterback to handle?
Well, we're going to have to handle the good with the bad. I mean, they're going to make some plays on both sides of the ball. We just got to play the next one.
We appreciate enjoying it, Coach.
You bet, thanks. Chris?
Tom, thank you. Turkey knows that emotion can work both ways. And there's Kelly Bryant, who goes through warm-ups with a smile on his face. He just says, it's all about good vibes. But this is another level of test, as you said in the open. This is not Papa John's, it's not Louisville. It's a bigger challenge.
Yeah, a big challenge, but great teams welcome these challenges. Championship teams like this environment. They want to be tested. We'll see if Clemson is the team that we think they are. Clemson, you're the victory team tonight. This is a head. This is a tail. What is your call? Tails. Tails at the call. Tails at the call. Is it the tails? You won the toss. Clemson has won the toss and elected to defer.
Team that's won 11 straight true road games. They've beaten the last 7 ranked opponents. We could go on and on when it comes to superlatives, but let's go to Maria Taylor with Dabo Swinney.
All right, Coach, it's the first time your team's been in Lane Stadium since 2011. What's the mentality you want this team to take onto the field today?
Well, just play well. You know, we're just trying to maximize our opportunities and exhaust this moment tonight. There'll be more down the road, but it's all about tonight, just trying to
Play our best football tonight. That's what it's going to take. What a great environment, great atmosphere, and got a good team we got to play.
What's the key to the fast start for your offense?
Just take care of the ball, first of all. You know, we don't want to help them. We got to settle in. You know, let's get a beat on what they're going to do, what's going to be their plan, and you know, make sure that we make them have to go the distance. So that starts with offense doing a good job taking care of it.
All right, thanks, Scott.
Appreciate it.
Both coaches, no surprise, mentioning taking care of the football. All 6 head-to-head meetings since Tech joined the ACC have been won with the team that wins the turnover column.
They're still trying to recover from the entrance.
I saw you jumping around over there with the crowd.
That is height. That is college football right there. Just like Justin Fuente said, that is college football.
He sure did say that. He also said you got to manage that. You got to calm down. Get the pulse rate down a little bit.
How about our truck giving you a look at it? You guys did a great job.
Awesome job.
Thank you, fellas and girls.
So Clemson deferring to the second half after winning the toss will kick it away. And this is Alex Spence. He takes over the kicking duties for Greg Hugel, who last week suffered a freak knee injury in practice. So Spence, who has yet to attempt a field goal, he's 506 in PATs, will kick it away. Henry Murphy, number 12, the junior wide receiver, is back deep. Buckle up. Be a fun one tonight. Kickoff is returnable. Murphy at the goal line. Slips the ball up tempo. He gets after the 25. And let's take a look at Josh Jackson, this poised, mature coach's son.
Yeah, coach's son, I think, says a lot about the freshman because of his maturity. Trent Jackson, probably saw him on the Michigan sidelines. He was there for 23 years as an assistant. How about finalist for the Michigan Player of the Year? Redshirted last year behind Gerard Evans and learned a lot. Now as a redshirt freshman, kind of exploded onto the scene against West Virginia. There's a proud Papa right there with the orange hat on. Very excited to watch his son.
He's coaching high school football. 8-hour drive to be here tonight. The plan last night. Played by McMillan is the back, and Jackson under immediate pressure has to fire it into the Clemson bench. Right away, Kendall Joseph came and pressured him.
We talk so much about Bud Foster when you come to Lane Stadium, but Brent Venables is kind of the man in college football in the last 3 or 4 years. Fiery defense with a fiery defensive coordinator. They will come after the young freshman, try to confuse him, and especially the right side of the Virginia Tech offensive line.
McMillan, the junior tailback, goes in motion. And Jackson puts it out far side to Sean Savoy, a true freshman wide receiver. Very well covered there. Mark Fields, the quarter, made the tackle. And now Jackson will face a 3rd and long.
He's pretty safe pursuit, leveraging the football. Like to see Mark Fields had a little bit of injury last week against Boston College. Good to see him out there. This defense can fly to the football. And now they've got the freshman exactly where they want him on 3rd and long.
They show pressure right up the middle. It's Trey Lamar, the middle linebacker, just over the center. This is a very uncomfortable position against the Bengals defense. The rush just forward. It's a screen. McMillan will be trapped right there. Nothing doing. And so 3 now for Virginia Tech.
Justin Fuente, I thought, said something you don't always hear from a head coach / offensive coordinator. A punt is okay.
Feel free to check.
Telling Josh Jackson, we do not need a catastrophic mistake in this game. Throw it away. Don't make mistakes. Little simple screen here on 3rd down. Just settle into the game. 3 and out, punt the ball. That's okay. What his message to his freshman this week is.
The punter is a true freshman. Rugby-style punter from Sydney, Australia. Oscar Bradburn, and hits it off the side of his foot. No chance for a McLeod return, but excellent field position. Kelly Bryant takes over at his 47.
Kelly Bryant, 6'4", 220 pounds. A couple of things that I think he's going to need to do tonight. Big part of his style quarterback play is just playing with that composure on the road. He's going to get some one-on-one opportunities because of the way Virginia Tech will blitz. They're going to come after him. He's got to capitalize on that. And then I think when they come after him, remember, they play man-to-man. Their backs to the quarterback. He can get out of there, take off, and still make plays with his feet and drop back to play.
It's the TNT backfield. Tavian Feaster, Travis Etienne. Feaster, the sophomore. in the game, and he's got the football. Under the ACC championship game with Watson and company, a very fast start, and Hokies defense on the back feet confused early.
Yeah, and we really thought that Clemson 2 weeks ago, we had them on the road. They didn't ease their young quarterback. Remember, they came out throwing the football almost every play. Really were the aggressor and how they attacked Louisville that night.
Houston got 4 in the first play. Motion's out now, and they try to flip it to him. Heavy traffic off the hands of Deion Kane. The diving attempt by Greg Stroman in a pick. It'll be 36.
Kelly Bryant coming off a game last week against Boston College at home where he threw 2 interceptions, only 140 yards through the air. Much more effective on the ground, over 100 yards and a couple of scores.
See what Bud Foster pulls in this 36 play.
Tight man-to-man, showing across the board.
Woods, they pick it up. Downfield throw. Jump ball. Catch made. Right away, one of those 50-50 balls, and it's Ray McLeod who went up and beat Brandon Faison. They're set up at the 23.
And Ray McLeod is 5'10", and Faison is 6'2". That ball is perfectly thrown by Kelly Bryant. His favorite ball is that fade, be able to throw the football downfield, and Faison never turned around to find the ball.
27-yard gain. Now toucher ready for a lot of the slot. Dodges one tackler and is hit inside the 20. You feel so much of the game is going to be won on battles like that on the edge.
Really on both sides. One-on-one on the edge in the perimeter. Facing a veteran guy who's played for 4 years, you would think he would have been able to read Ray McLeod's eyes and get his body turned and head turned around to try to swat that ball away, but he's never able to do it.
Gets across the middle and throws over the head of a really well-recovered Renfro. Terrell Edmonds wearing number 25, the coveted number, normally number 22, a very rangy safety.
If I'm Bud Foster, if I'm Bud Foster, I think he's going to do this. Make Kelly Bryant throw the football effectively all night. If you get beat deep, you get beat deep. But keep being aggressive, keep loading the box against that run game, and make Bryant throw the football and make him beat your experienced defensive backs.
Another 3rd and long. Again, they pick up pressure. That is thrown for Renfro, who makes a catch inside the 5. Worked his way all the way across.
And they move him around. He's in the inside, works to the outside, and he's got matched up against Terrell Edmonds. Look at him get the separation, and again, a perfect strike by Kelly Bryant. Throwing that ball away from the defender, but the route by Hunter Renfro, the separation, made it pretty easy.
First and goal. Feaster stacked up. You want to puncture this crowd atmosphere and quiet things down. A drive like this, exactly what the Tigers wanted.
Yeah, 3 and out. Not a great punt. Great favorable field position for Clemson. And just right up Dabo Sweeney's alley. What did he say? We said, what are you going to do if Bud Foster challenges, plays man-to-man? We said, go downfield. We're going to find matchups. We're going to attack this Virginia Tech defense. They've done it twice successfully already.
Considering those downfield matchups. In motion, they fake it to him. And Bryant, entering straight forward, stopped the yard short of the goal line by both Edmonds brothers, Terrell and Tremaine.
And he's sitting right here. He's the guy who ends up making the play. Heels right at the goal line. He knows where he is. He avoids the traffic. Able to come right at about the half-yard line. Make the play right there. And sit for the
Right.
Terrell.
Bryant is a 220 pounder who has 7 rushing touchdowns already.
So 3rd and goal for Clemson
Under center
with
and
Kelly
third
Bryant.
And they misfire. They brought the heavy package again. They brought Dexter Lawrence, the defensive lineman, into the backfield. 42. Wilkins, the other defensive lineman, not too experienced in that situation. It cost him 5.
Yeah, the big fellow Christian Wilkins moving the right side of that offensive line, moving, changes things on how you got to believe Jeff Scott and Tony Elliott now will try to attack, being moved back. You'll see just a helmet, see Wilkins leaning there. Now watch, now they're back in the shotgun, and now they're maybe trying to find those matchups, those one-on-one matchups, trying to maybe find Hunter Renfro who's up at the top.
Bryant from the
defense makes a stand. Here comes the field goal team.
What an effort there by Chicago to knock that ball away at the last second. Plenty of time to make the throw. Chicago, I think, gets a hand in there. He does. Knocks that ball away. Ball's well thrown to Kane. And Chicago does a good job of knocking it away just at the last second.
It's a linebacker on a wide receiver.
Yeah, got back in coverage there.
And there is Alex Spence. Again, replacing Greg Hugel from 23 yards. Has not made a field goal in his Clemson career. Just PATs and one over BC last week. And he's able to knock it through from 23. So the Tigers take good field position. Move it 47 yards and 10 plays and 10 remaining.
Coney Island has been
Taco Bell is a proud partner of the college football playoff. And look out for Taco Bell student sections and passionate fans like these at games all season long. They're not able to stay involved because of that great play by Chicago. Virgin did not have a Clemson touchdown, and they settled for 3 in their first possession.
And that would have to be considered a win for Bud Foster and the Virginia Tech defense. Remember, the false start by Christian Wilkins moved him from the half-yard line back to about the 5.5.
Spence to Pickett. And Murphy again standing at his goal line. And Murphy able to slide back to the 23-yard line. Justin Fuente in his second season following the legend Frank Beamer. After a couple years at Oklahoma, he actually transferred to Beamer's alma mater at Murray State and finished up there. At TCU under Gary Patterson, he worked with Andy Dalton, the Horned Frogs team that went to the Rose Bowl. Took Memphis to the conference championship in 2014, and then last year was ACC Coach of the Year, a 10-win Coastal Division champions. He's had a very high bar in his first year here, really did.
I would say somewhat of a seamless transition, considering he's filling the shoes of a living legend in Frank Beamer. Kept Bud Foster on the staff. There's Coach Beamer there, right behind the pole there.
Second possession, Trayvon McMillan is stood up and hammered hard by the middle backer, Trey Lamar.
There's a bit of a mismatch up front at the line of scrimmage, which most teams have when they face Christian Wilkins and Dexter Lawrence and Farrell and Austin Bryant. I mean, it's the deep end of the pool. I mean, these guys get after it. They move them around. They know the scheme. It's not just they're big and athletic. They're intelligent, and they know this system. Play fast.
Jackson goes this right, but this is Savoy, the receiver who's going to be hit hard, a yard short of the first down. But Savoy having to step in and fill some big shoes in this receiving corps.
Yeah, undersized at 5'9", but kind of stocky at about 190 pounds.
The 3rd and 1, they send Savoy in motion. They want to play fast. And now they'll slow down and check out the defensive formation as the Tigers look to Venables for their adjustments. Jackson is not going to get first down yards. A little tentative. He's not a bad runner, but he ran into big Cleveland Farrell, the Virginia native, who is extra inspired whenever he plays the Hokies.
That was a heck of an effort by Farrell. And a great call by Brent Venables to slant and angle this defensive line. Watch him just collapse down. And Braxton 574, right there, he just collapses him, pushes him back, and keeps the freshman Jackson short of that first down.
So a couple of 3 and outs. See if Bradford can connect a better punt this time. It's Renfro back there. He makes a fair catch at the 33-yard line. So the Tigers back on offense after a 35-yard punt. Up 3-0.
Can't find my debit card.
Saturday Night Football on ABC is presented by Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo, building better every day. And in part by Nissan, innovation that excites.
A couple of those Hokie greats have work to do on Sundays. Bruce Smith was guest picker on game day. Michael Vick and Corey Moore are down there.
Corey Moore. Bruce Smith did a good job on top of game day. How about the career Tyrod Taylor has been able to build for himself in the NFL? Congratulations to him.
They just inducted into the Hall of Fame here this week. Twitter controversial figure even among the Hokie fans.
Fabian Feaster is again the back. They give it to Ray McLeod on the end around. Myron Richard, the tight end, is out there on the edge blocking. Pretty nice first down game.
Two big throws by Kelly Bryant got Clemson to be able to get down deep into Virginia Tech territory. They really, what they want to do is stretch this Buck Foster defense out, not just run it way, but you saw that with the jet sweep, also make them respect the outside, the ability to attack on the perimeter.
Pressure off the edge. Feaster's got it in space. Vinny Mahoney, the defensive end, a good job corralling the back.
It's tough to do. You bring the outside, like kind of nickel back, and you drop the defensive end. He's respectful of Feaster. Now he's out there one-on-one by himself with Feaster. Does a pretty good job at 270 pounds. Really, he's the former defensive tackle that's moved out the defensive end.
Already the fourth third down play for the Tigers offense. Need 4. He's got blitz. Bryant has time and has a wide open Feaster. Feaster runs into the end zone.
Biggest bust.
The tailback, and he makes it pay. 60 yards. And Clemson stretches the lead.
Not look rattled, not look intimidated at all. It's a blown assignment by the Virginia Tech defense. I think it was Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, who should have been matched up with Feaster out of the backfield. His eyes just got caught up in the backfield, playing man-to-man, and nobody picks up Feaster. When he gets out, he can go. Tremendous speed.
First time Feaster's caught a touchdown pass. All the hype about young Travis Etienne. Davian Feaster said, don't forget about me. I got some running back skills too.
Oh, he can go. And when you put him out there in the open field like that, as you said, on the road, Enter Sandman in Blacksburg, no problem. 10-0 Tigers.
Is Tremaine Edmonds, the freaky junior linebacker, the keeper of that lunch pail, that symbol of the blue-collar defense for the first time. It's a huge honor, but a mistake in coverage there, and the Tigers jump out 10-0. Ron McMillan, the running back, is now the kick returner. Busy first quarter for Alex Spence. And McMillan will leave this one there.
Let's go back to this touchdown. Ray McLeod is matched up man-to-man right here. He's going to work underneath. Tight end Richard is right here. He's matched up man-to-man here. And the mistake is here. Watch the middle linebacker hesitate. He's matched up with the running back. Running back shows that he's going to block. And then Feaster slips out. And that's where I think Edmonds makes the mistake. He got fooled into thinking that Feaster was going to block. See the hesitation? Then he slides out. And then he leaves him alone. And he, again, the speed that he has, you're just not going to catch him. He's a 10-400-meter guy at 220 pounds.
Hokies just 10 yards in their first 6 plays. 3 short completions for Jackson. And now this is Savoy on the end around. It's not easy to outflank the Tigers defense, but that's a very productive first down play. As we check in with Cassidy Hubbard from the studio. Cassidy.
Thanks, Chris. AT&T Field pass. Oklahoma State looking to bounce back from their loss to TCU last week. Hooks up 7-0 until Mason Rudolph is intercepted by DeMarcus Fields, and he takes it off 95 yards for the pick 6. We're all tied up at 7 at Texas Tech. Chris, Harvey, back to you.
More scoring to come in that one. Oh, yeah. So what can the Hokies do, Kurt, to capitalize on a nice 7-yard gain and build a drive and give that defense a chance to settle down?
You have to attack the perimeter away from that line.
Jackson sweeps it for a short game once again into the 3rd and 1.
I think you have to try to get the ball out wide. It's right now, it's a mismatch up front at the line of scrimmage. And anything in the interior, even here 3rd and short, it's tough to be able to try to get yardage because of not only the skill, the size, but with Brent Venables slanting and angling that defensive line, it makes it very tough.
McMillan is the back. Defensive line jumping around. And Jackson trying to escape a trap in the backfield.
Whoa,
Very
he missed the
hard
first.
to do. Move the 6-point
Look, the
first.
leg, so
There's a
the
flag
leg.
down.
Here we go, formation. Offense.
That's a crusher for Fuente's offense.
All three of the receivers were lined up in the backfield, along with the running back and the quarterback. We've got 1, 2, 3, and then the two in the backfield. And that is crushing for Virginia Tech.
Now they need 6 on third down. Both teams will look to their respective sideline for those late adjustments. Play clock down to 5. Jackson throws it, and it's incomplete. Tanner Hughes was covering the tight end, Chris Cunningham, and a penalty costly for the Hokies. 4th down again.
You can tell, even when they don't get pressure, watch Josh Jackson feel this pressure. He senses blitz. Really, nobody's in there. You see him just throwing off of his back foot. I don't think he had a chance with Cunningham anyway, but you can see all arm as he's falling back, and that's what that defensive line, and even when they don't get in, they create that.
Bradburn. This is more like it. Much deeper boot. Rise McLeod back to the 20. It was just effortless dominance. They scored 9 straight possessions against East Carolina. This is the kind of resistance they have not seen really yet as an offense. Kickoff week 4 of the NFL. Sunday NFL Countdown, 10 o'clock over on ESPN. Rich Ryan, Charles Woodson, Matt Hasselbeck, Randy Moss. Getting after each other. The new host, Sam Ponder, of course. Sunday, 10 a.m. also streaming live on the ESPN app. Kelly Bryant trying to add to this 10-0 lead. Here's Travis Etienne, the electric true freshman out of Louisiana. Only has 23 carries, but he's averaged almost 13 yards per carry. Had a 51-yard touchdown run. Left-break against Louisville. And Bud Foster, if there's ever the time to be gap sound with the defense, and not bust a coverage or bust responsibility, it's when number 9 checks in. Number 9's got it again, and they are all over him. Good job by Trevon Hill, the defensive end, in the 3rd down. Yeah, that's more like Virginia Tech defense. Hill right here, the speed to get outside. He understands how fast Etienne can get out there. Also, you saw the big linebacker Edmonds fighting off the block. He didn't punch it again, doing 3rd down. Ryan has been superb on 3rd down, throwing the football in each 6 years. C.J. Fuller is now in the back to the left of Bryant. Rookies go blitz. And Bryant steps up, trying to run for it. Slides down across the 30. They'll mark him, and looks just short. It was the first time. Let's see where they put that football down. Andrew Matua-Puaka, the middle linebacker, was tracking him down.
They showed blitz. They ended up dropping out of it. Great job by Bryant. He didn't have anybody open. And they might take a peek at this for the spot.
The knee goes down. Where is the football when it hits? Right there. Looks like it's right short of the 30 from this angle. They've actually put the ball down across the 30-yard line.
I think it's at the 30, maybe just barely to the 30. If they take a peek at it.
4th down.
Clemson already was going to punt anyway.
It felt like a huge stop for Foster's defense.
I know it's early in this game, but if you've watched Clemson over the last few years, they like being challenged. They like people doubting, can they handle Lane Stadium? Can they handle this Virginia Tech defense? And the way this game started, it was important for Virginia Tech to stop the bleeding.
Greg Stroman is back to receive the punt of Will Spires. He's had a terrific year punting the football. Fifth in the FBS, more than 47 yards a punt. Hawkins peel back for a return. Not a great kick, and Stroman steps up and makes the fair catch at the 32-yard line. A week 4 Monday Night Football matchup. Kirk Cousins and the Redskins. Arrowhead Stadium to take on the undefeated Kansas City Chiefs. Let's begin with Monday Night Countdown, served by Applebee's at 6 Eastern on ESPN. Also available in Spanish. Good game, too.
Chiefs off to a good start. Alex Smith. No doubt. Different look here for Virginia Tech offensively. Trips. The motion is tied in.
Steve McMullen, that is just not open for business. The middle is clogged tonight.
How about big Albert Huggins getting in on the action? The big fella going to chase it down from behind. He just opens up and he almost gets there. But look how fast that defense flows. I mean, the linebackers are trying to eat tonight too. They can't get there because the defensive line's making all the plays.
The screen. McMillan. That's a couple blocks. Gets that near the shoulder before going. It's for Daniel knocked him down. It'll be third down. A lead about 4.
That's a good call where a defense is getting upfield so quickly. What they try to slow them down is if you can get the screen over top of that sudden surge, you got a little bit of room to work.
Cam Phillips, the top receiver, finally gets involved. And makes the catch and now finally move the sticks at the 45.
Cam Phillips was in motion, trying to get an indicator on whether it was man or zone. Once it set back in zone, he looked like he was going to go out to the sideline, came back. And that's his favorite target, Josh Jackson, looking for number 5, Cam Phillips, whenever he can.
200th career catch for Phillips, who's tracking down all of the Virginia Tech receiving records held by Isaiah Ford, who was the main guy the last couple of years. See if that settles Jackson down a bit. Deshaun McLeese is now the back. He's got it. It's kind of a shifty back, a slashing runner, physical as well, part of that rotation. 5'9" to 220.
With the fast-flowing defense like that, sometimes a shift to your back and cut back against that speed. And he was able to be a little bit more elusive there than what we've seen from McMillan.
Part of the rotation, Stephen Peoples out of the game tonight with an ankle injury. So it'll be McMillan and Deshaun McLeese. May see the freshman Jalen Holston as well. Fuente does not like to feed one back. Likes to keep him fresh and rotate the carries.
And we talked about how hard it is to sustain drives. They need big plays.
DJ Carroll on the end around, and the scrappy little receiver going to make a couple yards there.
Clemson's defense, honestly, has gotten to that point where Alabama is defensively, where it's a big statement. And it is. It's what, in my opinion, it's where they are. And it's having a lot to do with Brett Venables, it's the way they recruit, it's the way they develop. And when you play Alabama or you play Clemson, you're not going to win by driving the ball down the field. You've got to find matchups, and I think that's part of what Justin Fuente is doing right now with the different formations and different looks. He's trying to find out where eventually they can try to make the play, because it's going to have to be some big plays tonight.
He needs 6 on third down, final 20 seconds of the quarter. Jackson immediately pressured, just has to unload it, and it skips it incomplete. Tried to get it to Phillips over there. It's single coverage with Carter, but it's fourth down.
Yeah, Carter is a fifth-year guy. Rare to see fifth-year guys, but he is a very good cover guy, 5'9". These are the battles that we're going to watch tonight. He can't Phillips beat guys like Ryan Carter and Mark Fields and Trayvon Mullen.
Looks like they're able to finally pick up a first down and get to midfield. And here comes Bradburn again. And it's a high boot, which will bounce into the end zone. 5 seconds to play in the first quarter, but it's been dominated by the Tigers. Total yards 127 to 35. It's sort of shades of that ACC championship game. Tigers got off to a fast start. Hokies were reeling, eventually hung around and battled back and made it tight at the end.
You remember that night, Rod Evans running the football in the red zone became a big part of what they were doing, leading turnovers, kind of kept them in the game.
A big punt, they snap to come back. You need something like that.
Yeah, even at the break, we were saying if we were going to do something on defense or special teams, Virginia Tech's going to give themselves a chance. They need some things to happen tonight.
ETN in the game. Rookies are putting across to that Tigers offensive line. It'll be a false start.
Like a left false start. Offense. Under 51. 5-yard penalty. First down.
It's that steady guard, Taylor Herbert, is averaging 12 yards a carry as a rusher. It's not bad that that ball could have scooped it up against BC. For a guard, that's an excellent rushing ahead. Pretty good. Hopefully he doesn't have another carry the rest of the year. Take that out.
That's a nice day, so.
Another whistle before the snap. No play here.
Snap infraction. Offense. Under 50.
Everything that hasn't go so far, that's the third such penalty on Sweeney's offense in the quarter. Justin Casanelli, the center.
Casanelli is center. That's one of those where maybe he's moving the football around a little bit.
He was confused about the call. First and 20 now, back at the 10-yard line.
Dabo Sweeney running down to call timeout.
Play clock had plenty of time left for something he didn't like. So the Hokies defense trying to get the football back. Clemson very sharp in the first quarter, 10-0 lead for the defending champs. Sweeney could have waited one more play and they could have converted the end of the first quarter, but saw something he didn't like. Kind of calm his offense down. 5 seconds to play in the quarter. First and 20 after the back-to-back 5-yard penalties. Let's come back into it now. The 13th seed, Bryant keeps it on the edge, and Kelly Bryant spun around. It's almost all of the 20 yards. It'll be the final play of the first quarter. It's very calm, collected, composed quarterback, leading Clemson to a 10-0 lead. Back after this message and a word from your local ABC station. We are back on Saturday Night Football, presented by Wells Fargo. This presentation of the ACC on ESPN. Kelly Bryant, clutch third down throws to McLeod for 27 yards in an opening drive. Renfro for 16, kick a field goal, and a 60-yard catch and run by Tavian Feaster. Second and short, they feed ETN, who shows his strength. You know about the speed, but he's stronger than he looks.
He really is. That lower body, he's able to run through tackles. Remember, it was first and 20 near the end of the first quarter. And Kelly Bryant, we were going to right there. We'll go back later and look at that. But Kelly Bryant, the heck of a move there on Luke Reynolds, got it to very manageable there on second down. This offense, completely different, obviously, without Deshaun Watson. Much more dangerous running the football with him at quarterback.
No doubt. Much more than that.
No contest.
Feaster. You think it's a line high throw, and it's Mylon Richard, the tight end, who goes up and wins that little battle for a short game. Richard gets his 7th catch this season. Physical tight end. Not the same kind of player that Jordan Leggett was last year in that spot.
Typical line of scrimmage. Kelly Bryant screening the linebacker, Edmonds, as he came up, he stopped the run. He's going to throw it to his tight end, Richard. RPO, run pass option. Good read of Edmonds up. Throws it over the top. It did get deflected.
Yeah, Tim said a big 335 pounder got a couple fingers on it. Comes in motion. The pop pass. The corner is knocked down by Batua Palaka. It'll be third down and short.
It's hard to find a football. Virginia Tech's defense doing a pretty good job there.
Any rate, Glenn was a ball handler.
It's outstanding. Training Streeter, their quarterback coach, does a really good job. In fact, I was talking to Tony Elliott, the offensive coordinator, co-offensive coordinator on the field. We're talking about that very thing with Brian. We could not say enough great things about Brandon Streeter, the rookie does with the quarterbacks in Clemson.
We got Feaster motions out. It's third and 5 at the backfield. Bryant
Will be dropped short of the first down as Tim Settle, that big nose tackle, goes 335. Dropped him.
That's a heck of an effort there by the big man, isn't it?
I love a man who's 4 weighs 335.
Watch it. They're going to try and cut him. Nothing but the big guy, 335 pounds. They don't get on the top of the seat. Oh, the big guy's going to single digit. That's honestly a great play by Settle. It's airborne, stays on his feet, and he's got to make the tackle.
So Strowman back deep. Spires gets a nice boot away and drives him back inside the 15. And here comes a flag. And Strowman
More flags. More flags galore.
It'll be an illegal block.
Adonis Alexander has been suspended the last 2 games. He's back tonight. He's a corner defensive back, but they're on special teams.
A 50-yard kick. The penalty will move the ball
During the return.
closer to the goal line.
Illegal block in the back. Receiving team. Number 36. Penalty is half the distance to the goal. First down.
See Alexander here, 36.
You can almost see he started to hit running harder than he wanted to let out, but he'd already made contact.
Attack will start with the ball at the 6.
Cassidy Hubbard with your studio update. Number 25 LSU, which has won 49 straight non-conference home games, struggling against Troy. Jordan Chun scurries 74 yards, brought down at the 1, but that would lead to a touchdown. Trojans up 17-0 in Death Valley on ESPNU. Chris Hervey, back to you.
All right, Cassidy, a first down incompletion as dropping into coverage. Kendall Joseph got a hand on Jackson's pass. Dylan Farrell pressured him.
He almost got there, and with the ball back here, with the way this game has gone, Josh Jackson needs to play smart. He's played smart all year, but especially back here, they cannot afford to turn the football over.
What can this offense count on, though? Not much has worked against this nasty defense so far. There's 35.
Yep, totally nasty defense.
Some adjustments.
Center moved the ball.
So Wilkins jumping around.
Hi.
Number 64. Penalty is half the distance to the goal line.
Left start for Clemson, so.
Chris, talking to the Hokie coaches, you heard them praise Josh Jackson for being so even-keeled, the coach's son, of course, which we talked about at the start of this game. They also said he has a presence.
So let me just switch the game right quick, everyone. I need to find a spring game. There it is.
It is. Where do the Hokies turn if they have to go somewhere else at quarterback because of an injury, whether it's for a play, a series, or even longer? And that's why Watson, and we'll see a lot of Phil and Whitkey today as well, who is going to be the number 2 QB for Virginia Tech. Here's Tony again. He had that long run earlier, and he gets about 9 on the first down play here.
You know, I'm talking to Tyler Bowen about both of those quarterbacks, Bill. It's, yes, who's going to step up to be the number 2, but once that person becomes number 2, can we trust them to go in and win a game, right? If Drones isn't playing.
Uh-oh, bad snap.
Slippery.
Kind of slipped out of the hands of Pop, and it's going to be recovered by Burgos.
What
a game
back
he's
to the
had.
maroon team.
He has a pass deflection, 3 sacks, and now a fumble recovery.
He wants spring game MVP. There's no doubt about it. Keyshawn Burgos. And that time, just right place, right time, right come up field. You have the drop by Pop Watson, and Burgos says, I'll take that. There's Tyler Bowen.
So Burgos is happy about it, visiting with the Hokies' longtime defensive line coach J.C. Price, but that's something that Pop can't do as the backup quarterback.
Yeah, you just those are those kind of those unforced errors, right? You just can't do it. You saw the picture of Keyshawn Burgos there. I mean, he's 6'5", 250. He just runs like a wide receiver. It's just ridiculous what these defensive linemen can do these days.
So Drones and his team up 14-0 from the 30. Prelo, who's been one of the stars today, gets a good first down run of nearly 8 yards, cutting it back to the left. Braylon Johnson from Highland Springs High School makes the tackle.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of Prelo between the tackles today, running thus far, but he's one of those guys, jet sweep, screen passes, that you can utilize in many ways.
They're going to throw him the ball again. Nice catch. Prelo inside the 10. Does he score? You bet. Touchdown Tech. 22 yards away. PJ Prelo with his second touchdown.
And this is where I think they'll utilize PJ Prelo the most in this upcoming season, getting him into the flat, getting him in the pass game, because he is so hard to take down in the open field. I mean, you have Tootin and Thomas kind of, you know, your bell cows for between the tackles. Now, Prelo can run between the tackles, showing that, but he's dangerous on the outside. You get him in space in that passing game.
Kyle Lowe adds the extra point, and it is a 21-0 Maroon team lead. Prelo has run for a touchdown, passed for a touchdown. He's one of the really many Hokie tailbacks for Coach Elijah Brooks. That's a good group there on the left. They had to replace several players, but the majority of the offense is back.
And you see Tyler Mason there incoming. He's an early enrollee, so he's getting experience. One of those kids that should still be in high school, but graduate early enrollee. He's been showing flashes in spring as well. So, yeah, that's a deep room there. Nice to have.
Well, this Tech team is trying to recapture its glory under Coach Pry. A whole bunch of former Virginia Tech players are on his staff. Former Hokie great Tyrod Taylor is here today. We had over 100 former players at an event here last night.
Does Tyrod age? I mean, he looks like he did when he played here. He looks great.
Now, New York Jet Taylor.
Hey, they're going to pay you. Keep playing, right? Sure, that's what he's thinking.
Former ACC Player of the Year. Well, the Maroon team has had a good start today. Let's see if the Orange team can get it going. They've taken advantage of good field position, the turnover by Watson. Here's the kickoff coming. Let's see if Coney can do anything with this one. Oh, it's going to be muffed in the end zone. Going to run it out nonetheless. And the whistle will kill the play. So Watson will get another chance late here in this opening quarter of the annual Maroon Orange Virginia Tech spring game. You may want to say, well, what's on the line today? Well, if you're a player, the winning team is getting delicious grilled steaks tonight.
And losers get cold hot dogs.
The losing team?
Cold hot dogs. Now, in all fairness, they were supposed to be hot dogs that were warm, but what had happened was, by the time the kids got to them, they were cold. So Coach said, you know what? We're going to make them cold from now on. So the losers will always get cold hot dogs.
Let's see what Watson and the Orange team could do now. Trailing 21-0 late in the first. They start on the ground. That is Traylon Mitchell. And Burgos made the tackle on the freshman. He's from Middlesex, North Carolina. Burgos is a guy, look at those guns. He is a gentleman that was a key player last year. He's from Matoaca High School. That's near, just outside of Richmond, Chesterfield, Virginia. He's had a huge game today. Number 2 for Maroon. Watson looked left, rolls right, and that'll go down simply as a sack.
And, go back to Keyshawn Burgos. We talked about his body. He's got long legs and long arms. When you have length like that, and you have that, they like to say twitchiness. He has it, but he's fast and strong off the ball. I mean, that's the new age rush defensive end right there.
Well, when Coach Pry was an assistant coach at Virginia Tech, they led the nation in sacks.
Yeah.
He wants that type of defensive front. They had that at Penn State when he was up there. Mitchell on the screen gets the first down to the 38-yard line. That was Thomas Williams, a freshman defensive back with the tackle on Mitchell. That's what Pry wants, that aggressive defense. And he and Marv have been talking about this group is fun to watch. They were so much better in 23 compared to 22. And they think they'll make an even further incremental step this year.
Yeah, and ended up, I believe you might have mentioned it, second in the ACC in sacks last year. So that's a big improvement.
Watson in the final minute of the opening quarter. And he does a nice job of throwing that away. Yeah, Watson has been harassed by that defense. Defensive coordinator Chris Marv says, man, we are hungry. That's where the Hokies were a year ago in the nation in sacks and tackles for loss.
And the thing Coach Marv told us he wanted to see his defense doing this spring was rally to the football. He wants to see a ton of jerseys on it. They wear maroon. Defense does during the spring, and he said they've done it well.
Watson takes a deep shot.
Incomplete.
Incomplete. That was Devin Aldis, who was down there to break up the pass intended for Jalen Lane.
Yeah, Aldis did a good job not interfering there. Really didn't turn on the ball to the last second. Lane thought he could maybe come down with that one, and Elvis gets the PBU, pass breakup.
Final 39 seconds of the opening quarter. The Maroon team's up 21-0. Coming up in a minute, we'll be visiting with the Hokies head coach Brent Pry. There's the 5th sack of this game. That's Jason Abbey, freshman defensive lineman from Freeman High School, Richmond, Virginia, that gets the sack. And it'll be 4th down in the final 20 seconds. I'm really excited to talk to Coach Pry. He's in his 3rd year here at Virginia Tech, and you could seriously see this thing, what he wants to do, turn.
And I like the patience, right, that people have given him, because in this day and age, people get impatient, right? They want to win right away. When a coach takes over a program, you just got to let him get here, his philosophy, get his people in there, build it, and he's doing a nice job.
We'll talk with Coach Pry coming up. After 1 quarter of play here at Lane Stadium, it has been all Maroon. Kyron Drones and the Maroon team up 21-0. Back in Blacksburg, getting set for quarter number 2 in the spring game. It's been an incredible weekend, a beautiful day in Blacksburg. And 3rd-year head coach Brent Pry joins us from the field as we wrap up the spring. Coach, what do you think so far?
Yeah, I tell you, P.J. Praylow surprised in the scrimmage.
He's got a couple of touchdowns. He looks good earlier. How about your message for what you've seen here over the last month or so?
Yeah, I tell you, it's been a good spring. The guys have been invested. They stayed hungry. Just really proud of the effort and the investment from the old guys, the mentoring of the young guys. It's been fun to watch.
Coach, as good as P.J. Praylow's been on offense, Keyshawn Burgos has been that good on defense, man. He's getting after it.
Let me tell you, both those guys had really good springs for us.
Here's a deep shot. They're going to call that a sack. Whitkey tried to throw it deep.
Both of them had really good springs. PJ's one of the more improved guys. He's played some slot for us, and he's also played tailback, obviously.
Yeah, he's that guy, Coach. You can get him into space. You know, you saw the little the pass into the flat. I mean, he's dangerous in the open field. He's a great compliment, you know, to Tootin and Thomas, kind of more your bigger backs.
You're exactly right. He can make people miss. He's durable. This is a young running back, Tyler Mason here, true freshman.
Tyler's out of Mount Airy, North Carolina. The running back room looks really loaded for you too, Coach.
Yeah, I'm excited about it right now. Yeah, those guys have done a nice job. Coach Brooks has, really elevated the room. And
that's C.J. McCray that was shaken up on the play. The medical team will go out to him. Coach, when you had a chance to visit yesterday, you talked a lot about the improvement of the second-year guys, the Caleb Woodsons, the Aiden Greens, those type of guys. What impresses you the most about that class specifically?
Yeah, those guys, I tell you, I mean, some of them got some reps last year and got a little bit of experience, but that group you mentioned had a really good spring. I mean, it started in the winter competing with these old guys that came back, you know, not just willing to sit behind them. Competed with those guys, battled. That's how you get better. They pushed the guys in front of them.
Coach, you know, it's no secret, obviously, Dylan Whitkey, Pop Watson, they're fighting for the backup job. What specifically do you want to see out of those two today?
Yeah, I want to see them run the offense. You know, that's first and foremost. You know, let's be on point, make the right checks, make the right audibles, and you all right, man?
Hopefully CJ will be okay.
Yeah,
Looks like his left ankle, but he's in good hands over there on the sidelines. Yeah, the backup quarterback position is something that's really important. You know, everyone knows that Drones is the guy, but all it takes is one play, and your backup QB is the key guy on your team.
Yeah, that's exactly right, and that's what these guys understand. You know, and they've both gotten better, Dylan and Pop. But you know, to say by September, you know, if Drones is out, can we go win a couple ball games with him? We're not there yet. But you know, we could be.
It's going to be third down for Dylan and the Maroon team that has a 21-0 lead. Virginia Tech head coach Brent Pry joining us here. Third down. Let's see what the Maroon team does now. Good throw to Thomas. Stays on his feet. He's near the first down. You know, Malachi had a big run. I'll tell you who had a key block on that one in the first quarter, Coach, was Montavious Cunningham. He's another one of those newcomers that really stands out.
Yeah, he's done a nice job. He really has. He's getting better all the time. A little fourth and short here.
You gonna go for it here?
Yeah, it's a spring game.
Yeah, we're gonna go for it, man. Spring game.
Here you go.
Yeah, that's what I talked about, Coach Pry.
He got it.
He does have the first down.
Good run.
Coach, I got to ask you, we saw Aiden Green make that third down catch earlier. He was just in the blocking game there. Everyone I've talked to, he's been the most impressive this spring. Talk about Aiden Green.
Yeah, I'll tell you, he's a model of consistency. He competes like crazy with everything he does. In the meeting rooms, on the field, he's really grown in so many areas, and it's shown up in his play. You know, that's a very competitive and talented wide receiver room, and he has really shined.
That was Jordan McDonald that made the play defensively. Coach, when we came on the air today, we talked about 86% of the production is back. It's such a different program and team that we're seeing today. You mentioned to the guys last week in practice, you said, we're light years ahead of where we were in April of 2023, and you can see it just what we've seen so far today. Whitkey in the air. Nice leaping grab by Green.
Yeah, nice tackle by Braylon. Good play all around. You know, as a head coach, that's what you hope you see, right? you want everybody making some good plays.
That was Jaden that's a bit shaken up on the play. We're going to step aside, Coach. Thanks so much for joining us. We're psyched to see the Hokies in action here. Congrats on what you're doing. A good job with all these recruits who are here today. I know they're just as excited to be here as you are to have them.
We've got 150 recruits and families, and then we've got 100 of our lettermen that returned to Blacksburg for the weekend. So this is what Tech is all about. So I couldn't be more excited. Appreciate you guys.
That's Brent Pry. We appreciate him joining us here in the first half. More from Lane Stadium, straight ahead. You're watching the 2024 Virginia Tech Spring Football Game here on the ACC Network. And Rini, this is what Lane Stadium is all about. It's football season. It's turkey leg season here in Blacksburg.
Now, I know you don't do that, Bill, because you look great. What'd you lose, 20, 30 pounds? You look awesome.
Staying away from...
You're staying away from those turkey legs like that.
Buffets, yeah. Here's Dylan Whitkey. Gets rid of it. No, he got tapped on the shoulder, and that
negates a good throw to Green. You know, this is a young man, number 26, who's going to be a big impact player for Pry and the Hokies this fall.
You know, but even though they blew that dead, Dylan Winky shows you in the pocket, strong arm, slides to his left, just a nice strike to Aiden Green. Again, we talked to Coach Pry about him, and he's been the most consistent and biggest, you know, I don't want to say surprise, as they know he's going to be a good player this spring at that wide receiver position.
Whitkey throws it short to Mason again. The ball's on the ground. They're going to rule it a catch and a fumble on the play. And another turnover. That was Josh Golston that made the hit to knock it free. And it's another turnover.
They got to secure the ball in traffic, but you know this Orange team needed to make a play, and they're going to get one here. And it just kind of gets punched out as a runner with the ball. You just get it in there high and tight, make sure it's secure, especially in traffic. And Mason goes to the ground, and a good recovery by the Orange team. And he knows it. You know, you got to hold on to that. That's the young freshman, Tyler Mason.
Josh made the play. He's a Blacksburg High School product. Got a big smile on his face. It's been a while since the Hokies have had a key guy from Blacksburg High School. Here's Watson, and that'll go as a sack again. He got tapped on the shoulder by Abby. And again, fans may want to know, why is it a sack if you get tagged? Well, they want to protect the quarterbacks.
You just can't hit the quarterbacks right now. You can't lose them. You got to have them all come in. And that right there, that was a coverage sack. Because he had time to throw the ball with not Watson, but excellent coverage on the back end there.
The second quarter is just 12 minutes. In the second half, we'll have a running clock for two 12-minute quarters. Watson throws that one a bit high. That is Heath with the catch and a pickup of 4. Heath knocked down by Clark. He's another young man from Highland Springs High School, just east of Richmond. They put such an emphasis on recruiting in-state players.
Well, and we talked about how deep the running back room is. The wide receiver room may be the deepest top to bottom. There's a lot of talent there and a lot of instinct talent, as you said, Bill.
3rd and 15 for Watson. Flips it to the right. Good open field tackle. They got Coney down. Josh Clark, 2 plays in a row. So the Hokies knew a year ago they needed to go in the portal, and they did. They connected with wide receivers. They got Jennings. But you can see what they've got back. Felton, Lane, who came from Middle Tennessee State. Gosnell, Jennings, Tucker Holloway, and Green, who has been really the star of this spring practice at Virginia Tech.
And a ton of competition there to get on the field. That's going to make that group all that much better.
Heath on 4th down. He's going to make the catch, and the yards after catch gives them a big first down. A 14-yard pickup. Caleb Woodson with the tackle.
Yeah, good strike that time by Pop Watson. Good protection. Sits in that pocket. He's going to set his hands between defenders. It's a good play.
Watson has completed 7 of 10 for 82 yards, trying to get the Orange team on the board late in the second quarter. Here is Coney, the freshman from Richmond, got ahead for a couple of yards. I think the offensive line has played well on both sides today. You know, they've kind of split that group up. You've got 3 starters on Orange, 2 starters on Maroon. So the guys that have worked together all spring aren't playing together today.
You lose that continuity, which is huge for offensive lines. We usually see this in a spring game, but as far as spring games go, because they are so deep and talented, both offensive lines playing pretty well.
From the 26, Coney flipped. He might have taken that a lot further, but he's right near the first down marker on the 20. Alves made the tackle on Jeremiah.
Yeah, that's some running room there. Just tries to cut back, loses his footing. Good job up front, just loses his footing and goes down. And could have been much more.
They'll give him the first down ahead to the 20-yard line. This Orange team's down 3 scores in the first half. Let's see what Pop can do.
to the air, and it's caught by Jennings. And he's got another first down. It'll be first down and goal to go. Joshua Clark again made the tackle on Ollie Jennings.
Yeah, nice patience there by Pop Watson. He looked like he wanted to go underneath the heat. He was covered. Jennings running that middle over route. Good job by Watson to put it on him, and it's first and goal for the Orange.
Big hit right up the gut. What a sensational play by
It did.
Jeanette.
Jeanette's going to come off right side of the screen. Gets inside underneath the block of the tight end, St. Germain. And once you do that, you beat that block underneath. If it's an inside play, you're going to blow it up. That's exactly what Jeanette did.
Good job by Coney to hang on to the ball. Now Watson on the move, and he is ruled down on the one. That would have been a touchdown, of course.
Yeah, I think the officials could have given them the touchdown there. And Coach Pry might step in and say that's a score because in real life, that's a touchdown. They're not stopping them, and I think they are going to give them the score. We'll see. Yeah, they're going to give them the score, and that's the right thing to do.
So good job, Pop Watson. He gets in.
So you may ask, what's the difference between Pop Watson and Dylan Wiki? They're both fighting for this backup job. Well, right there, Pop Watson's more elusive. He's more athletic. When Wiki runs the ball, he's more powerful. But they both.
John Love adds the extra point, and the Orange team gets on the board. It's 21-7. After a 45-yard touchdown drive, Pop Watson into the end zone for the Orange team. Back at the Virginia Tech spring game, we're joined now by the Hokies' third-year defensive coordinator, Chris Marv, who's mic'd up on the sidelines during the game. Howdy, Coach. What are your impressions of what you've seen so far today?
Hey guys, our defense is split up right now, but what I've been seeing is guys playing with phenomenal intensity. The aggression is there that we're looking for. The pre-snap, post-snap communication is there. The fundamentals are there. Obviously, could be a little bit better right now in the run game, but man, I'm liking what I'm seeing overall.
And Coach, you talked about it yesterday. You said one of the emphasis this spring was you want to see guys flying to the football. That's always an emphasis for you. I know that, but how have they been rallying to the football today? Happy with that?
I'm pretty happy right now. I mean, we're sitting at the back end of the second quarter. We got 7 sacks if you combine both sides. We had 3 takeaways if you combine both sides. So, man, I'm pretty pleased with that in 2 quarters.
Well, Coach, Keyshawn Burgos, oh my word, he looks great early on in this spring game.
I told you guys he could go. He's one of the most improved on defense. We got to keep him humble. Yeah, I think he's going to do that for himself as well. He has a high level of expectation for himself. Big time self-starter. He's hungry. We're excited to watch him.
Chris Marv, one of the elite coaches in the ACC, was an elite player, a 4-time All-SEC honoree at Vanderbilt. He played under Brent Pry in the 2011 Liberty Bowl, and now he's excelling as Virginia Tech's defensive coordinator. You got a guy in the middle at linebacker that reminds everyone that remembers you as a player of you, and that is Sam Brumfield, who's going to be such a key guy for the Hokies this fall.
I tell you right now, Sam Brumfield is faster than I was, more athletic than I was, more explosive than I was. I mean, we've been really impressed with him. You talk about a young man with a story and just being hungry and willing to do whatever it takes to get to where he wants to get to in life. You talk about going to a JUCO for 3 years, 4.0 student, goes to Middle Tennessee State. Okay, college. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm talking to one of my fellow colleagues right here. Went to Middle Tennessee State, 4.0 student, gets all conference recognition, and gets offered by everybody, almost everybody in the country when he enters the portal. Previous relationship, him identifying himself with us, and the opportunity to play in this scheme are things that attracted him here, man. So we're really excited about him, his future. He's melded with us. I mean, he's hungry, humble.
All right, Coach, I don't want to give anything away for next season, but if you're a Hokie fan, defensively, we got some wrinkles coming up for the 2024 season. We've been working on some stuff to get after it defensively a little more.
I talk to my guys all the time. You got to be like an iPhone, always updating yourself. So, man, we certainly have. But again, we're going to trust our fundamentals and know who we are. We identify a certain way. We're going to be aggressive. We're going to run by people to the ball. and play in the backfield. So those hallmarks of who we are aren't changing.
And Bill asked you about Sam Brumfield, but we added some other additions defensively. They've all fit in really well with your unit.
Yeah, so far, man, these guys have been working. I think everybody who's come in has been extremely humble, has been an eager student, and has really just taken coaching, man. And come from great families. They've been developed. They know how to work, and they're just hungry to do what's necessary in order to win. And so, man, we love Aeneas Peoples. We love Kamari Copeland. I mean, who had an interception today, right? We're loving Gilliam, who came transferred here from Oklahoma, who's in Virginia, homegrown from Highland Springs. And, we talked about Sam already, man. So we're really excited about these guys. But, again, they're hungry. They're eager. They know how to work. And so we're just taking the necessary steps to get where we need to go.
We're talking with the Hokies defensive coordinator, Chris Marv. We already know what Mansour Delane and Dorian Strong can do. We saw them last year. You told us yesterday that you thought that Delane had one of the best springs, and he was one of the more improved guys. That was exciting to hear because he was already one of the best in our league. What did Delane do over the last month that has you most impressed?
A lot more detail-oriented, pre-snap recognition, communication. His physicality at the corner position, has been extremely noticeable. You see him coming up and setting the edge like a backward defensive end. But he can also run with Felton, who's one of the fastest players on our team, and play man-to-man on him for 60 yards down the field. Man, so we're excited about him. He's a young man who's played corner for us, boundary field. He's played safety for us. And he's done a lot of things. He's played even a little bit nickel this spring. So the guy has a tremendous skill set. He's hungry. He's taking the coaching. And I think what you're seeing with him is that he's just growing up. When you get to college and you play early, you get a lot of recognition early. You get a lot of people who get to know your name. And he earned that. But I think he's growing up a little bit more and taking what we're trying to teach him and just applying it a little bit better. He's seen it. He's seen the game. Things are slowing down for him. And again, he's been a lot more detail-oriented. Really excited about Monster Delane.
A lot of folks that are Hokie fans in Charlotte are familiar with Quentin Reddish, who's from Independence. He seemed to be a guy that really stood out. What were your thoughts on mid-year enrollee Quentin Reddish?
The moment's not too big for him, right? He's got some God-given gifts. He's long, athletic, twitched up. He can run, but the moment's not too big.
Runs, quick work.
Braylo talks a lot about guys at DB slowing down the heart rate, right? They're either playing the ball deep down the field, or they're in a one-on-one situation if the ball split through the first line of defense. Slowing down your heart rate and playing with great confidence and trusting your technique. We're looking and seeing that from Quentin Reddish. This is a young man who should be going to the prom right now, studying for finals in high school. And he's doing big-time things on the practice field. So we're excited about it.
You look at him, Coach. He's 6'3". You guys have him officially listed at 190. What an athletic specimen number 21 is. As soon as he walks in the room,
he's right behind you.
21, cute.
He's excited, man. He's exciting to watch. He's got a lot of
work,
like most freshmen. But he's a mature young man, smart. Just watch him play right now. Really good play.
All right, one more play, and we're going to wrap it up. Let's get some analysis on this play. They're going at the lane.
No, that's Josh Clark over there.
Oh, that was Clark. Yep.
Yes, sir. So we're right there.
It was intended for Fitzgerald. Yeah, for orange, right?
Yes, sir. We're in a man-free concept right there. We've got an outside release up top. Our corner did exactly what we coached him to do. Played the ball and again slow down his heart rate. Didn't panic.
That was great coverage by Josh Clark right there.
Yes, indeed. Our corners coach, DJ Jones, does a phenomenal job with those guys. We're excited about him as well.
That's another tall, long guy, right? He can play corner at 6'2".
Yes, indeed. He can run. He comes from a great family, too. Both of his older brothers played Division I football. The one that's closest to him, I believe, played at University of North Carolina under Gene Chiswick, if I remember correctly, or John Papuchis, the defense coordinator. So, and his family, his mother played college basketball. His father did as well. So you're talking about a young man who knows what it takes to work and be a phenomenal college athlete. But again, he comes from a great family. He knows how to work, very humble and eager to learn. So we're excited about him.
Chris Marv, Hokie defensive coordinator. Chris, thanks for joining us today. Good luck today. Good luck with the recruits who are here. We're looking forward to seeing what happens this weekend and this fall for the Hokies.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate your coverage, your support.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, bye-bye.
41 seconds to go. He talked about this defense creating an identity. and, the guys that were freshmen that played a lot last year have clearly improved, and
the mid-year enrollees and the freshmen like Reddish really look good for Mark on the defensive side of things.
Yeah, he's got to be happy with what he's got to work with. A lot of talent. Again, we've talked about a lot of experience that comes back, but a lot of young players too. It'll be a nice mesh, and it's great to have as a coordinator, all those different parts.
He says they've been fun to watch. I don't think they'll be fun to watch for opposing offenses in the fall. No. Good on that defensive line, and they got good towards the midway point of last year. We saw that if you watch the Hokies last 7-8 games. 34 seconds. 2 timeouts for the Orange team.
Oh no, Goofy!
Watson delivers. That'll be a pickup of 7 yards.
This is their contest.
I believe this is the first flag of the game.
Jeff Humphrey is our ACC referee.
Offense number 77, 15-yard penalty, 3-play, 3rd down.
They call Brody Meadows for hands to the face, so it's going to be 3rd and very long with 28 seconds. Hey, coming up at the half. Greeny, we've got a great segment for you. We have the best of Mike Duff from this past spring. We put microphones on the Virginia Tech assistant coaches during spring practice, interacting with the players. Guys like Tyler Bowen, the Hokies offensive coordinator who you see there, really get inside what happens during spring practice.
Yeah, Mike Duff's the best. I mean, he really gives you that inside look. And I like it when they don't tell other people around them that they're mic'd up, because you hear some great stuff, but you almost have to let them have mic'd up, just so you know, because you could some crazy stuff can be said.
Montel Fines, the coach of the other team over there. By the way, he's had an amazing ascension at Tech as a recruiter, as a position coach, developing guys. So fun to see the players rally around him. He was promoted to the Hokies assistant head coach this past offseason. We'll hear from Coach Mines coming up in a bit.
We talk about the transfer portal and losing players. You can lose coaches too, like Montel Fines. A great coach. It's a great peep, if you will, for Coach Pride to make sure he kept him on this staff.
Watson throws that one away. It'll be 4th down with about 20 seconds to go.
Oh, right.
Also coming up at halftime, we'll be joined in the booth by the newest Hokie, Megan Duffy, Virginia Tech's new head women's basketball coach, who joined Tech this past week, coming from Marquette. They're just going to let the clock wind out, even though that was an incomplete pass. And the Maroon team will take a 21-7 lead into halftime. Coming up, mic'd up behind the scenes of Virginia Tech spring football, an inside look at Brent Pry's program from Blacksburg, Virginia. That's straight ahead from Blacksburg. Halftime, Maroons up 21-7 at the Virginia Tech spring game. Bill Rothrini and Golia with you from Lane Stadium in Blacksburg. It has been a beautiful day. Hey, isn't a Virginia Tech spring football game a ton of fun, buddy?
This is my second one. I love it here. As you said, great weather, great crowd. They really support their Hokies. I love coming here.
We've seen a lot in the first half from Tech. It's actually what we thought we would see. A lot of the younger players and the newcomers have really contributed.
Yeah, well, first Kyron Jones is everything we knew Kyron Jones was going to be, so he's done, obviously. We won't see him again. PJ Frelo, though, really stepped up, and I think was a highlight for this Virginia Tech team in that first half.
All right, here's what you missed. Drones played the first quarter and does exactly today what he did last year. Get on the move, deliver the ball beautifully.
Said he worked on his accuracy this spring. Looked pretty accurate today. Leadership ability. We saw him throw a ball away and not force it in there. Touchdown pass. So, yeah, everything you wanted to see out of Kyron Drones, we saw. And then PJ Frelo stepping up again. A guy in space that can be dangerous. That's an inside handoff where he shows his speed. Another one, you see that cut, that jump cut right there. And then this is what I really like. Get him in to the flat, Get him in the passing game, and this is where I think he's going to pay dividends next year for this Hokies team.
There are the numbers for Kyron Drones and PJ Prelo. You know, we know that Kyron has the ability to be even better, and that is why there's so much optimism for Virginia Tech this year. That guy on the left.
Listen, first and foremost, you have to have a standout quarterback if you're going to win in college football, and Kyron Drones is that.
Prelo did his work as well. You and I have been talking all week. Every team, every coaching staff talks about there is great optimism during the spring. It is legit here. You could see at the end of last season how well this team played, how they were beating people pretty bad, and how good they can be.
Let's win a bowl game, okay, and bring back this much productivity, and not, be optimistic and good for next season. Again, the ACC needs to watch out because I really think this Virginia Tech team is going to compete next year.
Running clock in the third and fourth quarters, and that's Jeremiah Coney with another big run. He's had a really nice day as well. Hermitage High School product. There were 2 or 3 days this year in spring ball that number 21 looked like he could be a real star. He's got breakaway speed. We saw that earlier here today.
Yeah, all the running backs today have really impressed. They've all run hard, hit the hole, shown patience, good speed. It's a good running back room for sure.
Jeremiah gets it again, and this time he runs into James Jeanette once again.
And we've called Jeanette's name out a few times today, and it's a good sign for Jeanette.
Played at William and Mary, and now a Hokie. Again, running clock here, so the Orange team is down 2 scores. Even though it's early in the third, you get the sense that, you got to go for it if you don't pick it up on third down here, no?
Yeah, you get the tempo up a little bit as well.
Here is Watson to the air. Oh, he had good protection until Jeanette got him again on the back, and that'll go as a sack, and it will be 4th down.
Yeah, again, that's just excellent coverage in the secondary. I mean, Pop Watson had some time to throw the ball, but great coverage.
We'll step aside. Early going, quarter number 3. The Maroon team leads at 21-7 in Blacksburg. Draft roll the 25th. Some guys in orange and maroon today. They're going to have their names called. Here are the top 6 quarterback prospects. We'll take a look at that again in a second. What a year it's going to be. If you are a high draft pick this year, or a team with a high draft pick, there's some guys that can sling it.
Yeah, some good quarterbacks right there. I've seen Drake May in person, and he impressed for sure. He's going to be a high pick as well, but everyone believes, Caleb Williams is going to Chicago, so we shall find out.
We'll see. Here's Whitkey on the run, under pressure. The defensive front has done really well today. That was Jordan McDonald getting some heat on there. Jordan's out of Salem, Virginia. Adams has been in there as well. I think if there's a story today, it's the pressure that the defensive front has been able to put with a lot of different guys on each side.
And Josh Fugo, one of the leaders, I don't believe he's playing today, is he?
I haven't seen him.
Yeah, so
he's dressed.
And APR. I mean, look at Antoine Powell Rockland, maybe the best, right? I mean, those guys, they don't need to play today, and so yeah, time for other guys to step up. But yeah, that defensive line position is deep. They're deep in a lot of positions.
It's 4th down now. Coach Pry can change the down. When you're coaching in the spring game, you can do just about whatever you want. I think he's going to change the field position. They're going to just flip the field here, Greeny, without even kicking.
Yeah.
We're going to step aside. When we come back, we're going to be joined by one of the all-time Hokie greats, Andre Davis. That's next. We are back at Lane Stadium in Blacksburg, and we're joined by one of the all-time great Hokies, Andre Davis, now the director of student athlete support and community engagement here at Virginia Tech Athletics. Nice to see you, man.
Bill, it's great to see you as well, man. It's an honor to be up here with two legends. I appreciate it.
Hey, we're excited to have you here and to talk about what you're doing and what you see on the field today and the vibe you're getting from this program.
Yeah, the vibe is top notch right now. I think that's the one thing that I've really been looking for when I get a chance to get out here and see our guys play. Is one, to see the excitement on the sideline from former alumni, former players, from the fans. Like, it's all there. The expectation that we have for the team this year is something that we're looking forward to seeing the product from practice and really end up seeing it in a game.
I was talking with Rainey earlier, over 100 former players back in town for this weekend in this game. It's very surreal to see these guys and they come back with their kids. How about the love of your teammates and guys that even played before you coming back?
Yeah, it really is special, and I know as I see my different role that I've had here as Director of Student Athlete Support, but then also trying to connect the generations. I think that was the one thing that's been the hard thing, is that guys with Coach Beamer, and then you got the Claiborne boys, and then you got, Coach Fuente's kids, and none of us really mix like that. And so for us to finally get a chance to get back, try to make it a point to have guys introduce each other to one another, especially guys who play the same position.
Now, you're very integral with the players on and off the field, and a lot of people might not realize, but this is a team, 3.0 GPA, which I know you guys are proud of.
Absolutely. I mean, I think for me, it's always being a student athlete.
Sure.
And for us to
which
really...
we've lost a little bit today.
Yes. And it's been very tough to see. But we want these guys to be all around great young men that are going to be contributing members to our society. And to see what they're doing on the field is great, but for me, I get just as much joy seeing the great stuff that they're doing in the classroom.
Third down, let's see what this offense can do here. Coney has a bit of a seam. Another good tackle. Andre played 9 years in the NFL, and I think that's what's so special for Hokie fans. A young man that comes here, stars, won so many awards as a player, goes to the league, now has come back to Virginia Tech and is contributing even more in his post-career.
And that's the great thing, too, Andre, is like these players, they give you that level of respect even more because they know you're a former player. You're not going to tell them to do something that you haven't done, and you had a 9-year career in the NFL. So it's just a great blend that you're now back giving to your alma mater, which I think is fantastic.
Absolutely.
Jump ball, and it's going to be incomplete. It's hard to do. This wind is whipping up the field. Not a good day to be throwing it like that.
Not a good day. So I hope the fans can understand that if a receiver loses the ball in the air, if the ball doesn't look just right, there's some extenuating circumstances that are happening out there.
All right, now, Rini, when this guy played,
let's see it. We need to see it.
I am telling you, there has been no one better ever to play on this field at the wide receiver position than Andre Davis. This is one of my favorite. Remember this, Andre against WVU?
This was the warm-up, right? This was me just getting my legs right, making sure I do some hurdle drills over these guys.
Ball in the left hand, though. The ball was in the right hand. Fundamentally sound.
That's in the national championship game against FSU. Here we go. This is the same West Virginia game.
Really air it out right there. Get that started. And then definitely had to save the best for last that we're not going to see. But it was a little violent punt return that was pretty good.
And even with the big shoulder pads, you still have great speed.
Oh, like so nonchalant. Like, catches the 80-yard pass from Vic just by reaching his hands out. Go to the end zone. It's nonchalant.
I think me and Mike tried to make it as nonchalant as possible. He was always just a flick of the wrist and he would go 70 yards. And my whole goal would be to try to make sure he would never outthrow me.
You know, you were a tremendous track star in high school. When you first came to Virginia Tech, I don't think we knew who you were. We knew upstate New York kid came in, but we thought, well, he can run. What's he going to be about? What was the key to your development as you reflect back in the late 90s to become the player you did?
Yeah, I don't think I knew I was a football player at that time. I think with many young players, you get into a situation. I only played 2 years of high school ball, so I wasn't really aware of all of the nuances of what it took to really be a good football player. And I didn't want the contact either. I was a track guy. I was just running straight and was worried about everyone staying in their lanes. But when I got here and I saw the camaraderie that we had, I saw the belief that a lot of my teammates had in me. It got to the point where I was just like, I really believe we have a good team. And seeing how we were able to make each other better each and every day, it made me want to be better for our team.
Are you seeing some of that chemistry that you guys had in the late 90s here again with Coach Pry and his group?
Absolutely. I think that's the one thing why you see the energy level at such a high level right now is that we're seeing all of the hard work that we did back in the day. We're seeing that same sort of process being taking place right now. And so as we see the guys focused on the field, even with all of the distractions that they have off the field, we're seeing guys who want to work and want to get better. And
that's a big hit.
Ice pad.
That was Penix came up there and lower boom right there.
My back hurts just watching that. What about you, Andre?
Exactly. I think I'm going to go sit down after this for a little bit.
Now I got to ask Andre now. On the wide receiver, let's critique this group now. They, top to bottom, this wide receiver group, may be the deepest position for these Hokies. What have you seen from them? What do you like about them?
Yeah, I was talking to Ali Jennings yesterday, I think it was, and I was telling him, I was like, you guys are kind of stacked at wide receiver right now. And I was like, you know, I'm really wishing you guys the best for you guys to continue to push each other. Because that's what happens is that when you have a room that's stacked like that, sometimes it's going to be hard for everyone to get involved. But if you guys continue to push each other, that's what's going to be. Continue to outdo each other, continue to outwork each other, and the whole group is just going to get better.
No doubt.
I remember we played, back when you played the spring game here, really maybe 8,000 people, maybe 10,000 people that would come, and now it's amazing to see so many recruits. There's over 100 recruits here today, and the tailgate lots were packed. When I was driving in today, I'm like, is this the spring game, or Hokies getting ready to play Clemson tonight?
Absolutely. I think it's great to see, once again, the product that we're putting on the field and the way Coach Pry has really built up what the program is about and what he believes we can be. Everyone has that hope, and I think that's what continues to bring us all out to see all of the things that Coach Pry is talking about. We want to see it for ourselves, and I think with how last year was, with all the sellouts that we had, we've got a great community behind us of Hokies who are looking for great things to come.
By the way, this is Ben Locklear into the game at quarterback now. He's out of Fredericksburg, Virginia, wearing number 19. And again, with that win, that's a tough pass to complete. We talked with Ollie Jennings. I know he got hurt. There was so much excitement last year, and then he got hurt. His mentality seems to be just on point right now, what he wants to do here as a Hokie now. He's with his third college team, and clearly he bleeds orange and maroon.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, we've got a lot of guys who do really well, and I try to get the opportunities to speak with them when I can and just continue to encourage them. But I especially reached out to Ali last year, especially after he got hurt, because I think those are the players that often get lost in the shuffle because of them being hurt and not being able to produce on the field. They get left behind, and I was just trying to tell them to mentally, you've got to stay in the game. You've got to continue to help your teammates who are out there, and that's going to be something that's going to help keep you sharp for when you come back.
Andre, thanks so much for coming by, man. Always great to see you. Thanks, man.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Andre Davis, Virginia Tech great, joining us here in the booth. Stay tuned. We've got more coming up from Lane Stadium in a moment. We go to the fourth quarter of this year's Virginia Tech.
I think this will do for this live stream. Until then, have a great day, everyone.